Hi guys, I'm going to do a bit of a video on Degen Kart Club. So who are they? They are a community design play to earn NFT game. So they are a bit of a socialized Discord, and the intention is to build the game via a DAO control. So it's interesting. That's a really interesting concept. So I've only really had DAO exposure myself at Great. And I'm actually going to aim to mint in this. So I did put these guys on a new game review video a week ago, maybe. Might have been last week, I think. But since then, I've spent some time in the Discord. They've won me over with the participation of the crowd, of the Discord, of the game developers. I played a little bit of poker with them a couple of nights ago at 3 a.m., some ungodly hour, because I was on night shift and they needed a number. They go 37th out of 150, 160. Nothing special, but was good fun. So the website is pretty cool. This came up not long ago. They've got a really good article here from Ruben. So he's doxed. Most of the team is doxed, I believe. Ruben was the last one to dox, and he actually did it the day I uploaded my video, so I couldn't put that in that particular video. But it's got a good article about why they've designed it, how they've paired up. They've put up a pitch and a concept for this drawn that night, and then kept going with it. He loves his NFTs. He loves the utility through it, being a part of the teams and having fun. And it's impressive, like we're seeing a lot of these where developers are super keen on a project, and you can talk to them, and they either have heart for their project and whether they can kick it through, just based on that alone, or whether they're not sure, not engaging. And I think these guys have got a good chance. So I will mint. The mints go on the second for the pre-sale. That's not a cheaper access. That's just a guaranteed allotment they're doing. I think it was 1,000. I've got it written down somewhere. Yeah, 1,000. But I think it might have been 120 verified pre-sales. And then it's a mint for 6,111 degen races at zero point 0.5 Solana. The buy-in price is super, super important. Any more than half a Solana, I think, might have been a little bit too much for what's proposed. But I think at that cost, it's a really cool chance to get in and have a bit of a go, because it's half a Solana. What are you going to lose? Half a Solana. Whereas if it was one, people and and it's like, oh, they might lose it. But 6,111, if they don't mint, there's no emergency crash. They're going to halve the price and give other people bonus drops and stuff like that. They are trying to build a long-term project, and that's why they've been going in the community and reaching out. Pert's got me into this, so it was pretty cool. I'm glad he did. When he, suggests things, you have a listen. He's a fun guy. He can see whether these are fun communities. So, uh, 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 um, what is it? The reconnaissance lap. So, as a basic overview for the NFTs, they're all going to be unique. So you believe it's done on the candy machine. There's going to be 6 types. So these are distributed roughly the same percentage chance. So 1/6 chance. What's that? 16 point something. 1/6 chance of getting them. And you actually can't pick whether you get a degen. My dad is a lawyer, so a utilitarian, an off-road, random, special, or Formula One. It's random, but then of course you can maybe trade, you can sell. They haven't released the rarities, so maybe at the start people might go, well, stuff that, I want an off-road craneage type vehicle, and other people might go, I want an F-Zero hovercraft. Like it's. I like where they've gone with the artwork. It is unique. I think the vehicles changing to all different types means that they're going to get utility through being able to increase. Just about any other game can put a concept and put a vehicle. You can do a fucking horse and cart combo with jet thrusters on the back. They've done hovercrafts. They've got planes. They've got some cool shit. And that's the kind of games, being degenerates, having a bit of fun. Obviously, when it comes time to do the stats for these vehicles, they'll be weighed out, and it's going to be done via a DAO. So you would think the DAO creates a fair system to make sure that they don't fuck the game up. for the players. So with their roadmap, it's not really a traditional roadmap. It's more of a minting percentage where they get. So at 20%, they're going to give a race pass and give them a Formula 3 driving experience on a circuit of their choice. At 35%, and probably the best one out of the lot, is they're giving 200 Solana to a community chosen charity. That's pretty cool. 40 grand to a charity that the community picks. So hopefully people nut it out and come up with some good ones. There's obviously plenty of good we can do, and that is pretty cool knowing that some of what you mint is going towards a charitable auction. It's not all getting pocketed. So at 50%, they're going to, one lucky Degen will receive a Grand Prix pass, which you get a trip and a pass to do, go and watch the Grand Prix. I know what it's like to do whilst we've got Corona on, but they recommend Monaco or Miami. At 80%, they're going to do a merch drop and stubby holders. But, they're talking about T-shirts, helmets, car stickers, and the DAO's going to pick. At 100%, some lucky bastard's going to get 50 grand. I reckon 10 times 5 would have been cool. Maybe the DAO can vote on that. Imagine 10 players winning 5 grand and the love that would happen from that for those 10 players is still good money. Obviously 50 grand is shit hot too, but 1 in 10,000 chance. I'd rather 10 in 10,000 chance. Second laps, this talks about how they're going to get a great protocol partnership. Obviously super important when you've got 6 different themed race cars, because they'll need to section those off in chat groups. November, they're going to hold a community vote, and in December is the plan for 3D characters getting dropped in your wallets for the 2D ones. Now, this is where it gets a little bit tricky. Q1 of 2022, they're going to have the first gameplay created. And the beta should be playable by Q2 of 2022. I think that's an unrealistic schedule based on a few things. Games aren't produced quickly. Games aren't produced easily. You've got to have a lot of money, be partway through a game, have awesome game developers. But if you're also then throwing that through a DAO that might take a week to vote through some things, that's going to add delays. Does that mean that's a problem for the game? Not necessarily. Providing they're having fun, they're doing things, and it is a good Discord thing. So how can I purchase a Degen Racer? Buckle up, go, warning, please. Phantom or Solid? So the two wallets are going to be Phantom or Solid. When is the drop? How much? So 3rd of November, 8 p.m. UTC, half a Solana, 0.5 Solana. Can I mint from my phone? Yes, of course you can use Solid. Is there a limit? 1 racer per transaction, 5 per wallet is the limit. Will I become rich by buying a Degen Racer? No. We're here to have fun, build cool games, and chat with other car enthusiasts. It's a piece of each Degen. If the price of each Degen rises, good for you. Otherwise, we're all in it here to build this project. But the supercar prize is damn cool. Do you need a driving license? No. Let's race. So that's the mint. That's where it's going to be. Make sure you're aware of that. But you wouldn't imagine with where the market is, and it's been saturated, it's had trouble, some games are having trouble. What I do like is we talked on Twitter, they had a live thing on Twitter today, and I asked the questions, what happens if you only sell 1,000 at the start? What happens if you sell a couple of thousand? There's no rush emergency plan to dump at a cheaper price and then offer people extra NFTs. You need to get bums in seats, quite literally, bums in car seats. So there was something super important to look at. We'll go first to, why did that go backwards? So they did have their first Discord was kicked off for some reason. That happens quite often. They've only got the 800 people on there at the moment. Oh, it is past my bedtime, and they've got about 2,500 on Discord. So there was a really important partnership mentioned this morning, and that's with, is my dog shit internet going to work? No, Rumble Worlds. So Solarians, Rumble Worlds, Solayans are going to be linked up there. Rumble World's doing like a metaverse. Maybe think of it like Sandbox, where there's all different types of lands. Everyone can interact within the one thing. And it's super cool because it's going to allow them to not stress about the back end too much, build out the game, speed it up, and then if out of the 6,100 mints, if they only sell a couple of thousand, it's not going to be low populated because there's going to be a whole heap of other games out there. So it's super important, and I think a intelligent decision. You could tell I need more coffee, but I can't have one before bed. So, have I gone through everything? I've talked about that. I've talked about the team. It's a smaller team. I did have the numbers written down. There's 3 Unity game devs. I had that written down. But like I've mentioned the game speed. I would have thought that saying maybe mid next year might be a big thing, but they're definitely happy with their choice. Let's have a look at sneak peeks. So lots of different car concepts, and what I like about these different car concepts is that pretty much any other game is going to pair up with these guys. And when you're building in a metaverse where other games and stuff are going to want to plop their NFTs in your vehicle, or they might have a horse and cart with fucking thrusters coming off the back. And, like, it's about having a bit of fun at the same time when it comes time to build out the game. They'll get the specs the same. But, they're having a bit of fun with it, which is what this game is going to be about. So you can see a whole heap of things. They're not doing rarities until after the launch. So if you get this diamond racer and he's got a stud in his left nostril and a special purple earring, he is worth an extra 2,000 Solana. It's not going to be based on that. They've said, no, you're not going to get rich. We're about building a game long term. So it doesn't mean you can't make money in the game. It doesn't mean you're not going to be able to go and earn rum tokens playing in other games. Take it with a grain of salt. Do some research. Have a look around. There's other kart games proposed. There's other car racing games proposed. But this is the first I've seen where the DAO is going to be building it. And it impressed me. It did. Oh, shit. This is my second cut, so I'm just trying to get through. But go and have a read of the Medium. Go and check out the Twitter. Go and check out the website. Jump in. You've got a little bit of time, but have a think about it. I'm probably going to mint 2. That'll be my aim on the day. I think there'll be time. I don't think it's going to need to be rushed, but I think that these guys can do all right, and it will be interesting to watch the journey. So hope I've helped. And as always, thank you, Mother, for the rabbits.